Welcome to Stock Traders Talk. I'm Meredith, and in today's interview we will discuss rare earth elements, a group of 17 metals. According to the Director General at Natural Resources Canada, rare earths are essential in many applications and therefore affect a range of industries in the Canadian and global economies. Rare earth elements are essential in developing clean technologies in various electronic applications. Many high-technology goods require rare earth elements, including hybrid vehicles, rechargeable batteries, mobile phones, LCD screens, medical imaging equipment, radar systems, catalytic converters, and alloys that are more corrosion resistant. The director at the Critical Materials Institute in the U.S. explained that rare earth elements, in general, have very unique properties, and that there are no easy substitutes for them in most of their applications. SourcingLink.net, or SNET, is a U.S.-based publicly traded exploration and development company for rare earth metals and rare earth elements. SNET is focused on exploration and development of its Eldor project in Quebec, Canada, which is recognized as one of the most favorable mining jurisdictions in the world. We're here with Mr. Chuck Wagner, the president of SourcingLink.net, stock ticker SNET. Mr. Wagner has a diverse history and background in public markets and finance. Welcome to Stock Traders Talk Radio, Mr. Wagner. I'd like to know more about SourcingLink.net and the rare earth metal anomalies found at your mining claims on the Eldor project in Quebec, Canada.
SourcingLink.net was in a very lucky position to get a whole host of mining claims at the Eldor project in Quebec in August of 2013. Since then, our neighboring company, Commerce Resources, that is contiguous to us, is conducting a pre-feasibility study and came up with results indicating that their claim is worth $2.32 billion, and that's with a 10% discount to current net present value. We feel that looking at our surveys having even stronger initial readings than what was found at Commerce, but which we saw in a survey done by the Canadian government back in 1984 and a more recent survey done by Commerce Resources, that we are in a very exciting position and believe we may have found a world-class mining claim of rare earth metals at the Eldor project.
Can you elaborate on the significance of the market sector and the specific or targeted applications of rare earth metals?
We feel the rare earth metal market is at historic lows. China has been producing 90% of the world rare earth metals and has in turn created a glutton supply, and prices have dropped significantly around the world. We feel the market is poised for a turnaround. In terms of the applications, we are still in the infancy of what these metals can do. I think common applications that most people will be aware of is anything involving technology. They're using cell phones, they're using flat screen TVs, anything involving defense, they're using hybrid cars, energy storage. There are a lot of new applications on the way, and again, unlike gold and silver, where most of the applications are already known, we feel that we have a long ways to go before we can find out all the applications that these rare earth metals can be used for.
Now that you're venturing into the next phase of your business plan, what are your expectations in the short term and the long term?
Well, in the short term, we need to do more trenching and sampling and be able to figure out where everything is. Once we have additional confirmation of the rare earth metals, our goal is to have a core drilling program completed by the end of this next drilling season. In the long term, we are expecting to bring in either a joint venture partner or even sell off these claims to a major mining corporation who can come in and take over operations.
Can you comment on the catalysts and milestone events you anticipate in the next year?
Yes, the main catalysts and milestone events are going to focus around proving out the resources that we have. Now we're going to be doing trenching and sampling. They should be very instrumental in how we're allowed to move forward, along with the core drilling that we're expecting to do this year.
What do you think makes SNET, SourcingLink.net, a good investment for potential investors?
If a potential investor is looking for a company that is poised for growth, a company that spans international markets and has the potential to help provide the world with a greatly needed resource that is essential to the backbone of technology that we've all become accustomed to using, then I'd recommend investors take a look at SourcingLink.net. We feel we're on the verge of proving out a very large rare earth metal claim and may be able to join the list of the few suppliers in the world that produce rare earth metals. In addition, I would say that historically, one of the largest increases in value in the mining sector is when raw land goes from being raw land to actually knowing what is underneath it. We have surveys from the Canadian government, along with other companies here recently of the area. We have very strong indications, and if we are right, we may have very well found a world-class mining claim.
So we've covered a lot of information. Is there anything else you would like our audience to know?
Yes, one thing. Currently our website is located at www.sourcinglink.org. We are expecting to change that to sourcinglink.net. This is the site we are using in the interim. And when going to the website, I would encourage investors to take a look at our projects tab. Take a look at the actual surveys that were done by the Canadian government back in 1984, along with maps of the area, and take a look at the indications for the rare earth metals that are listed there. On one of these maps, you can take a look at our neighbor, Commerce Resources, and see how their indications compare with ours. And I think if investors take a look at this, they'd have a much more full picture of the company and the opportunity that we may have found.
Keep following SNET. We have a lot more to come and are looking forward to making 2015 a banner year for sourcinglink.net. Mr. Wagner, we'd like to thank you for taking the time to speak to our audience. This is Meredith for StockTradersTalk.com, keeping investors up to date. And remember, you can always email your questions to StockSumo, that's StockSumo, at StockTradersTalk.com.